Alright, let's react to some movie outtakes. Okay, so the first one says Christopher Nolan can't direct action slash fight scenes. He says he's good at spectacle, and then he just says that there's a couple good fight scenes that he does. Um, okay. I disagree with this one because I'll take Tenet for example. I hate Tenet, but I think the fight scenes in that movie are great. So he is good at spectacle, but he's also like great at fight scenes. I mean, I guess sometimes they can though be a little choppy because he gets really close up into the fight scene itself, and you can't really tell who's who. But that I think also is like a stylistic choice. But I think his fight scenes are great. So bad take. All right, and then the next one is that Jojo Rabbit was a bit boring. I'm not gonna read the rest of that. Honestly, I love Jojo Rabbit. Like, I had a really fun time watching Jojo Rabbit. I have a friend who absolutely like worships that film. I I will agree that there are like some scenes though that can get a little boring. Like in like towards like the middle of the film when Jojo and Elsa are alone, some of those scenes can be kind of boring and can like stop the film in its tracks or whatever. But honestly, I had a fun time watching it, and as I said, I have a friend who like absolutely worships this film. So I would say I enjoyed it, though it can get a little boring at parts. So it's not an awful take. And then this hot take is comic movies are dumb, and I'm sick of good talent being wasted on them. This is what? This is an awful take. Bro, okay, first of all, I love like comic book slash superhero movies. I mean, I like other films too, obviously, like artistic films and like stuff like that, but I also love comic book movies. Like, if comic book movies were so dumb, why would Endgame be the second highest grossing film of all time? I mean, sure, they're not always like the best movies ever, like Eternals. Eternals is not great, but there are also some like great ones like Joker, Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, The Batman, Superman that came out in 2025. I mean, there's a lot of great ones, and they've also changed cinema. Like for instance, The Dark Knight is literally the reason why there are 10 nominees for Best Picture instead of 5. It's because Dark Knight wasn't nominated and they wanted it to be nominated, so they expanded it to 10 nominees instead of 5. Or the MCU literally changed that you could have a successful shared universe because that had never really been done before. That's why there was so much hype for Infinity War and Endgame. So it's kind of a bad take. Okay, and then the next one is it's okay to enjoy violence in movies, even graphic violence. It's cathartic. I don't know how to say that. Exciting and entirely removed from real violence. Honestly, I agree with this one because if it makes the film more grounded and it's more along like the stylistic choice that the director and artist wants, do it. I mean, like, let's use the Joker for example. Like, the Joker has disturbing scenes. Like, there's someone being smothered with a pillow. There's walls covered in blood. There's a shot that's taken at point blank. But that's all the point. But that's all like the point of the film. And it doesn't mean that you have to go out into public in real life and do it yourself. Or like if the Batman is like really violently beating up a criminal, like repeatedly punching him, you can enjoy watching that. It's Batman. He's cool. So this is actually a good take. And then the next one is people get so wrapped up into saying that animation isn't all for children, and then they end up becoming obsessed with children's movies because people obsessed with movies like K-pop Demon Hunter should be looked down on as if they were obsessed with reading The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I think he's just rage baiting, to be honest. But if I have to react to it, then just let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Like, if they enjoy K-pop Demon Hunters, let them watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Why are we dictating what people can and can't watch based off their age? Let them be. Okay, and then the last one is boring is not a legitimate criticism for a movie and should be dismissed as a lazy critique. Okay, I do kind of disagree with this one, but I get where he's coming from. So, saying a movie is boring is valid. Like, how else am I supposed to say that the film got boring? Like, am I supposed to say, instead of saying, oh, this movie was boring, I say, oh, I wanted to leave the theater because the plot wasn't getting moved forward. No one's going to say that, just say it's boring. But I think don't just say it's boring. I think you should say it's boring and then elaborate why it was boring. Is the villain not interesting? Is the plot not being moved forward? But honestly, if you say in a review that a film was boring, most people are going to get what you're saying. You usually don't need to elaborate. But I think because I'm just such a film nerd, I, I would elaborate onto why it's boring. But so I would say kind of it's a bad take because people know what you mean by it's boring. It's not lazy. It's not a lazy critique. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.